good morning, and welcome to another episode of Competition Timeout. It is Wednesday. We continue the previews. It is the AFC South. We got the Jaguars today. The Jaguars, the Jaguars, the Jaguars. All right. So with the Jags, they won 9-8 last year. Um, yeah, very. I think it was a disappointing year, honestly, if you ask me. Um, that's just my opinion. Um, because of the year they had before, Trevor Lawrence and, Doug Peterson. And, I kind of thought they were going to take the next step. Anyway, they didn't. 9-8 and missed the playoffs. Very disappointing. Um, this is a team in the offseason that um, they lost Calvin Ridley. They had for a year. They really wanted to re-sign him, but they didn't. I guess they had a number in mind, and that's commendable. They ended up having some different plan after that. Uh, they did sign some people that could be interesting. Uh, Obviously, Alec Armstead, who was with the 49ers for years, signed with the 49ers a 3 years for $43.5 million deal. Obviously, they lost Calvin Ridley, so they signed Gabe Davis, who was with the Bills, 3 years, $39 million, and they also drafted Brian Thomas at LSU. So that's what I meant. They took other avenues. They gave Trevor Lawrence a contract extension. I think. I mean, I don't really get into the number. The number is what it is. It goes up every year, and whoever's next is going to get the number, whether or not they deserve it. I'm not saying that Trevor doesn't fully deserve it, but I don't know. I don't know how much better Trevor has gotten in Jacksonville from what he was in college. He's done some things, small things, but nothing to blow me away. Honestly, and his development, Peterson, I don't think it's been that crazy of development. And Jacksonville had to sign their quarterback. They have a decent quarterback. I'm gonna say it at the moment. Like I said, I don't. That's just my opinion. I don't think he's taken many crazy steps forward since college. But we'll see. Maybe he's got the contract. He'll feel comfortable doing it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Coaching staff wise, they didn't. I mean, they changed defensive coordinators. They let go of their defensive coordinator last year, who was Mike Caldwell. He was let go, and then they hired they hired Ryan Nielsen, who was with as the defensive coordinator over in Atlanta last year. So yeah, that's that. All right. So offensively, with this team, obviously Trevor Lawrence, they have a decent quarterback. He can get the job done. Is it extraordinary? Not to me, but hopefully he can take a step. Travis Etienne, another year, hopefully healthy. That'll be great for this offense, passing and catching. Speaking of passing, Gabe Davis, Christian Kirk, Brian Thomas. That should be the top three there in that offense. They did sign Devin Duvernay. He's probably going to do a lot of kick returns and gadget stuff. They still have Evan Ingram, a tight end who they used very well last year. Took advantage of him and his abilities as a tight end who can catch the ball and run routes and do that well. So offensively with the weapons, they're pretty good. They didn't change. Well, besides losing Calvin Ridley, we'll see if their replacements can do better. But I think offensively, this team, weapon wise, is okay. On the offensive line, They have a couple veteran people, Brandon Sheriff, Mitch Morse, who they just signed, uh, Ezra, Ezra Cleveland, who they traded for last year. You got Cam Robinson. So the line is going to be decent. I think their line is going to be decent. They weren't bad last year. They can take another step and be even better. Uh, Defensive line, like I said, they signed Armstead. They still have Devon Hamilton there. Uh, so that's the defensive line. I don't know if looks like they might be playing a 4-3 now with Ryan Nielsen. So um, yeah, it's different from what they were playing. They were playing a 3-4. They're going to a 4-3. So they have Arik Armstead listed as a DN. I don't know unless they're going to play multiple. But yeah, I mean, this is Trayvon Walker. Um, Trayvon Walker at end. This is year number 3 for him. Um, Josh Hines Allen, who just got paid, great pass rusher. Armstead. So defensive line and you got Hamilton too. Defensive line, they're really good. Linebacker, I think they're really good. Devin Lloyd, Chan Muma, uh, Khan. I think those 3 guys are really good. Corner, they extended Tyson Campbell, their top corner. They drafted several years ago from Georgia. In the back end, they did sign in free agency Darnell Savage from the Packers. They also still have Andre Cisco in the back. Like Daniel Thomas, who's been there for a while. They did sign Ronald Darby. I don't know if that helps. Opposite of Tyson Campbell. I mean, I do see a hole here opposite of Tyson Campbell at corner, but this could be a pretty decent group. I mean, there are holes, but every team has holes. But this team, if they all play to their abilities, all these players, obviously there'll be a group that can hold up, especially with the type of pass rush they're going to be getting from this line, with Josh Hines Allen and all that. Um, so as far as record wise, if I'm gonna go over the schedule here real quick, last year they went 9-8. Let's see. They start the season off in Miami. I think Miami wins that. In Cleveland, ooh, tough one. They have a tough schedule to start. The Jaguars could start 0-4. I'm gonna be honest. They have the Browns. It's in Jacksonville. I think the Browns are good. They go to the Bills. I think the Bills are good. Houston Texans. I think the Texans are good. Colts. They probably should get that win. Bears. They probably should get that win. New England. They probably should get that win. So now they got 3 straight wins in my book. So they're 3-4. Packers at home after being in London. Their second home. Tough. Eagles. Tough. Vikings. Win. Troy Lions. Tough. They could split in the division. Jets, Raiders. This is tough. I don't know if they can go 9-8. To be honest, I'm kind of giving it away, but we'll talk about them tomorrow. But I think the Texans are really good, and this schedule for the Jags is really tough. Just looking at it from the outside, obviously things could change, injuries, things like that, and they could sneak one of these wins that I think are losses at the moment. So, yeah, sure. I don't know. Let me see. Let me win. Win. Let's say they split. That's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7 wins. 7-10. Yeah, right now just outside looking in. 7-10. What I got. Downgrade. Hopefully not, but I don't know. That schedule's tough. To be honest with you guys. But yeah, we'll see. My biggest thing is, can Trevor Lawrence take another step? I mean, he's been decent, but He's got to be great for them to make a leap. Also, they brought back the throwback original Jaguars jerseys. That's cool. Also, they'll be wearing a white helmet this year for you uniform nerds like I am. So a lot of white helmets as the third helmet because the third helmet got introduced this year for teams, but a lot of white helmets, and I'm with it. So yeah, look forward to that. Look forward to seeing how this pans out for the Jags, and yeah, tomorrow we'll come in with another very exciting team, the Houston Texans, and wrap up the AFC South. Until then, see you tomorrow. Competition Timeout. Peace.